Here's payday. Okay, so I put out another buy down here at the 1420 level. Uh, I think it was Tuesday in the room near the opening, and here we are. So I've been talking 116, 116.50. The high today is 116.31. So you could see it's confirming. May have to do some work up here, but the unfinished business that I said the dollar had to take care of. I also put out my first nibble on the long side of the dollar. So take profits on a majority of your short dollar positions. Here's the Dixie. We took out the April 21st low, which I was talking about, and on the daily we have divergence. So it may have to do some uh, work, some accumulation work, or you never know, it could turn on a dime. But I'm looking for a low now. Okay, not the final low in the dollar, but a shakeout move to take out all the bears that feel very reinforced today. Okay, so uh, that was it. We were mainly long the euro. I still have a few Aussie left. We'll see if it can mount one more rally up towards 66. Also, I went to the door on euro pound. I was looking for 86, 86.50, but from this triangle, this wedge, this was another good trade. Okay, so good for a couple hundred pips. So trading this was why the euro was my preferred long. If you got long cable instead, you're certainly not seeing the type of acceleration that you're seeing in euro, and that's why EG is so important. Whether you trade it or not, it gives you your preferred long and your preferred short. Cable's actually diverging here. So I put on my first long dollar at 97.23. I expect to be early, expect to be adding on in the days ahead, the weeks ahead. Um, US dollar yen, I think, could make a move under this 142 level, but I'm not looking for new lows in yen. It's demonstrating some relative strength. And here's Canada diverging on the daily. And let's see what it looks like on the 4 hour. Maybe we have a little left, maybe 580 might be the level. But you can see compared to the dollar, right? Dollar's confirming this low. Canada isn't. So what's your relative strength leader for fading the dollar? It could be USD CAD. It could also be US dollar yen not making new lows. All right, let's move on to the big news of the week is what happened in WTI. You guys know I've been a patient bull all the way through this chop. I talked about the breakout. I took some profits yesterday. Buy a break. If we get a break, because it looks like tensions are um, receding and we get any kind of decent pullback, especially if we got all the way back down to 63, the breakout. But this is not the high in crude. It's just a pullback in crude. Buy dips. This was another huge trade that, you want to know when I first started buying it was during the crash in April, right here. And then again, was telling people to buy it with stops under low. And you could have added on the breakout, but pretty good move. It went to my first moving average here on the daily, the 200-day. Buy pullbacks because I still think there's 74 to 80, and who knows what could happen if it gets extreme. Um, let's just take a look at S&Ps are under pressure. Let's take a look at some of the. I said I'd be covering crypto, so people know from a week or so ago I was looking for a rally back towards 110. We've gotten as high as 110.56, and it's rejecting just like I forecasted, and I am looking for it to take out 100 grand. I actually did put out a sell in the room when we were trading 110 with stops over the high of 111.8 that it never got to, and now we're starting to roll over again. So a lot of victory laps today, and now the new race that we're going to be running is to be looking for spots to buy the dollar so that we could take advantage of everyone being on one side of the boat in the dollar. I'm not saying it's the bottom in the dollar, but it might be a face-ripping rally to take out some of the Johnny-come-latelys, especially those that are getting short the dollar on FOMO today. So tomorrow I have a great interview with macro charts. Find them on X at macro charts. Huge following. Rarely gives interviews. So I'm appreciative that he granted this interview. Let me know if you're able to take advantage of the short dollar. We've been bearish a dollar for a long time. I know we've taken some counter trend stuff that actually has worked out too. Let me know if I helped you if you were there. Uh, Bitcoin, as I said, I think that you don't get FOMO and that you just be patient. I still think that Ethereum's demonstrating relative strength. But if Bitcoin has a move, there'll be some confluence at 96. I think that that will drag that down and also drag down XRP. I don't know if XRP is going to get to my return line, but this is where I was thinking of being a buyer at 140. So that's a wrap. Don't just count your pips, count your blessings. I'll see you for the interview with MC. Hope you caught the dollar. Tell me how you did on this cycle and get ready for the next. Adios, everyone. See you in the room.